Lovely, thank you. Welcome to the Sunday morning service of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of San Miguel. De Allende, I always forget the De Allende. Wherever you're from, whatever your religious background, whoever you love, you can bring your whole self here. I'm Susan McDonald and a member of the service committee and newly on our board, as several others are, and I'll be the service leader today. Before I offer the opening words, let me do the more prosaic part of the service, which is our announcement. So let me get through that, and then we'll get inspired. After today's service, those on Zoom, of course, are invited to stay connected and visit with others in the main room. There'll be some questions posted based on today's service with our visitors. Those who are with us here at the Aldea can join us for coffee and cookies right here at the back of the room. And while you're doing that, you'll have an opportunity to personally meet our presenters and find out more about this amazing program of the Rotary and about the young girls it serves. If we have any visitors here today, would you please stand so that we can see who you are and greet you after service? We'd just like to see your faces and know to look for you. Thank you. And if we can connect with you after service, we'll find out where you're visiting from and a little more about you. So a few announcements that you will see in the order of service, as well as possibly on last week's newsletter, because you won't get it in time for one of these. No games at La Frontera this week, which are usually on Thursdays, I believe. They're on your order of service, but La Frontera restaurant will be closed this week. Be on the lookout for a monthly Zoom hour hosted by Margot Johnson, now called the Ex-President's Zoom Hour. Her first monthly meeting will be on Monday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. So if you need to find the link, go to last week's newsletter, and under weekly activities, the very first line mentions the President's Hour, and then the link will be there and you can just click on it. The guests will be the foundation planning team, so you'll get a chance to meet those who are working together to find alternatives for how to handle our social grants, and they're looking in the foundation structures and all of that. Once again, we have beautiful fresh flowers to adorn our space. When you see these every Sunday, remember that somebody in the congregation brought them, and that could be you. So if you've got a Sunday you'd like to commit to just talk with Diana Weiner, who's right there at the back in a beautiful purple dress, and let her know that you'd like to bring them. Could be any Sunday. After the service today, Francoise Yohalam will bring these flowers to a member that was chosen by our care team. We do record our services, and just go to our website, UUFSMA, and click on Services, and then Previous Services, and the list of the most recent previous services will show up. I think that's the end of our announcements. So I'd like to share some opening words. They're by Wendy Bartell and Lynn Unger. They speak, I think, to the combined efforts and work of the speakers we will hear from today. From our separate joys and struggles, we come here to find the peace of balance, to find the blessings of restlessness. All are welcome. To follow, to lead, to teach, to learn, all are welcome. To join in the dance, to catch our breath, all are welcome. To give generously, to receive gratefully, all are welcome. If we are steady and composed, if we feel lost, if we don't know what we're doing or feeling, this community has a place for us. And here we matter and we are loved. If you are steady and poised, if you feel completely lost, if you don't know what to feel, just be that way. We matter, we are loved. We light this chalice to help us move from untruth to truth, to help us move from ignorance to wisdom, to help us move from animosity to love, to help us move from bondage to freedom. We rededicate ourselves before this light to affirm and practice truth, wisdom, love, and freedom today and in the days to come. This is an adaptation from the Upanishads. So let's join our voices together in song. It is hymn 360, and I invite you to stand as you're willing and able. Remain standing for the covenant, and the words will appear on the screen. Standing. Oh, what do we do next? We're doing English. And now I invite you all to join in reciting this fellowship's unique covenant. First in English, and then with Kathy Canepa in Spanish. You changed sides and confused me. Okay, we'll do the English there on your screen there. We respect the interdependent web of life and work for a just and peaceful world. We encourage the search for truth and meaning, strive for compassion in our relationships, and seek values that will benefit our lives and the lives of others. This is our covenant.
Respetamos todos los estilos de vida dentro de su red interdependiente y trabajamos por un mundo justo y pacífico. Alentamos la búsqueda de la verdad y la comprensión total. Nos esforzamos por mantener compasión en nuestras relaciones y buscamos valores que beneficien nuestras vidas y las vidas de los demás. Este es nuestro convenio. Thank you. Be seated.
It's so good to see those of you who were able to make it this morning through the parade. I think they call this the Parade of the Crazies. And
The little crazies.
parades here tend to all be a little crazy, but I think they're fun. And for those of you on Zoom, the reason we started a little late is because dear Liz Stone had to detour, as I did too, to get to a parking place where she could walk here a little longer. So we had to delay the morning service. We now come into a time for our Sunday morning that we call sacred. Sacred because we as a covenantal community share from our hearts the joys, the concerns, and the sorrows that we feel within the community and beyond this community. And so it is my honor to be in the place of Tom, who, by the way, sent me a message late last night that he didn't get any joys and concerns, but I have some. But I think it may be partially because he's traveling. As you know, he and Malcolm are on the road to Massachusetts, and it's possible that people were just considerate of his travel engagement. But I would like to, and by the way, I would like to mention to those on Zoom, if you have a joy and concern, please put it in the chat box, and Susan will check it, and I'll be able to give voice to it. As a general sharing of joy, concern, a concern definitely for several of our community who are not here, such as Donna Shoebrooks, as you know, Robin Loving, well, Dick and Trish Strick, I think they're up in Houston, so I don't think they're in town. And Diana Amaya, who is in a hospital in Querétaro area. We share our concern for their well-being, for their recovery during this time of trial. We also send concern for our own Susan McDonald, who is lighting these candles because she really is in pain. And I talked with her just before the service began, and I felt, well, it's important for us to raise that concern because she is looking anxiously to have an operation in the States, and she will soon be taking off for that. We share, I have a couple of cards. Thank you for filling those out when you came in. From, well, I'm not sure I can read it. F. Riggins, what is that? Down here. Right down here.
This is Diana Weiner, 14 of us becoming friends about the
Okay, I will read it. It does have Diana Weiner, and there's some other kind of signature under there on the lower right, I can't read. I am joyful about the first UU Adventure excursion on Tuesday, the 14th. 14 of us will be going to Ticon Village. That's what it is, Ticon Eco Center. So I appreciate, it's not, it's June 14th, okay.
Oh, we missed it.
There we go. We got it clear, June 14th, there'll be a trip of 14,
That's great.
anyway, to Ticon Village to visit with Ben and Victoria. You know, they're very close friends of mine, and it's always worth a trip. In fact, I think I'll be joining them. From Kim and Phyllis, we have a joy. We light the candle. We're taking a short trip to California to have an annual doctor's check. And we're also going for fun and adventure. So we'll look forward to seeing you back. Enjoy your trip up north to California. Phyllis and Kim. We do light a candle for all those who are on the road and traveling. We know some of them, but all sorts of people from Mexico, as you know, this time of year are traveling up north into the cooler climates, and we light a candle for concern, for safe arrival. I want to light a candle for all the migrants We who relate to Abahaus in Celaya, we're familiar with the plight of migrants as they leave their home country because of oppression of one sort or another and look for a life worth living. And so we light a candle of concern because it's not just happening in Mexico, as you know, it's happening around the world. Millions upon millions of people are being displaced, seeking a better life. So we light that candle. And do we have any joys or concerns on the chat box? Yeah, I know.
Let's see. No, I don't see.
We don't have one. It doesn't look like it. As we do every week, we light a candle for the terrible disaster that has been waged now well over a year against the people of Ukraine. This is unfortunately an ongoing struggle. We do not know. We hope it'll be soon ended, but we feel very deeply for the suffering that the Ukrainians, and in my opinion, many Russians are facing, because over 200,000 Russian soldiers evidently have already died through this ridiculous war. Finally, we light a candle for all the joys, the concerns, or the sorrows that have not been spoken but remain deeply within our hearts. May we raise them in grace and in celebration and in concern. And during the meditation music that Liz will be playing, we invite you to light a candle for a joy or concern that you may feel that has not been expressed. Thank you.
I'm sorry, something in the air is really making all of us confused today. You can remain in your seats, but we invite you to join in a responsive reading, number 646. It'll appear on the screen. I'll read the blueprint, and you will read the brown. The Larger Circle by Wendell Berry. We've clasped the hands of those who go before us. We enter the circle of each other's arms. And the larger circle of all creatures. to a music so subtle and vast that no one hears it. Thank you. Now I get to introduce our speakers today, who we're so excited to have talk with us from the Rotary's Club of San Miguel de Allende, Midday. They're here today to share their Girls Empowerment Program. Teri Kavanagh is the project leader who aligned the Secretary of Education of Guanajuato with partner organizations Niñas Sabias, or Wise Girls, and Days for Girls, and the San Miguel community. José De Anda administers the program and serves as the primary liaison with the Office of the Secretary of Education of Guanajuato. Carla Cadena Ríos is a Rotary volunteer and a certified teacher with the Niñas Sabias program. And Andrea Spessard manages the volunteer drivers who drive the Girls Empowerment Program teachers to the schools in the rural communities of San Miguel. Andrea will be the Vice President of Community Projects beginning July 1st. So welcome to all of you. We're so happy you're here. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for the invitation to join you this morning to share our Girls Empowerment Program. Carla, Lee, Carter, our president, Jose and Terry and I, as well as other members of our Rotary Club here today, are very pleased and honored to join you. We share a kindred spirit with you and our passion to making a positive and sustainable difference in our community of San Miguel through education, the preservation of human dignity, and serving others with respect and compassion. Imagine you are a young girl, around 10 to 12 years old. You live in one of the hundreds of rural communities in the Campo of San Miguel. You live with your mom, your grandmother, your brothers, and your sisters. One day, your body goes through a significant change. You don't know what is happening to you. You're afraid. You're embarrassed. You find that you have to stay home from school 1 week every month. You fall behind in school. The boys tease you. You lose your self-confidence and your self-esteem. You are one of 3 out of 4 girls your age who feel the same way you do. You drop out of school. There goes your future, your chance to graduate, to possibly go to university one day, your potential to earn a significant living, to help improve your family's quality of life, and to have the knowledge to make wise decisions for yourself. Your future is now extremely limited. Gender disparity and cycle of generational poverty continue. In early 2022, when one of our fellow members of our Rotary Club of San Miguel de Allende Midday brought to our attention the serious problem of young girls in our community not having the education, the knowledge to prepare for and understand the changes their bodies will experience, or the resources to stay in school, we decided we wanted to help. We began educating ourselves on the issues and the potential solutions and resources. The Girls Empowerment Program was born and continues to grow. Our overall objective is to empower the girls to be sanas, seguras, y sabias, healthy, safe, and wise. In January, we signed a contract with the Secretary of Education of the state of Guanajuato to use an approved curriculum to teach 5th and 6th grade girls. We've created jobs and hired young San Miguel women who have trained extensively to teach this course. We are raising funds to pay for the teachers' salaries and for the reusable menstrual hygiene kits the girls receive on the last day of the program, which will empower them to stay in school and should serve them for up to 5 years. Since January, we have taught approximately 600 girls and our goal is to reach 2,000 girls in the first year of the program.
Then last year, on July 2022, we received a face-to-face training for the teachers from Hannah Figueroa, who is the main person who created the Niñas Sabias Wise Girls program. It was a full week for 40 hours of training, and in the morning we used to read the content of the manual to learn more about every chapter and every altar. Then we also have a time to do like the work with the teachers. This was a very magical moment, preparing the teachers to heal what was necessary, and we did exercises from our memories, from our ancestors, sharing testimonies, and making the link with the teachers stronger. In addition to that, we had about 100 hours online, including practice circles, before bringing the program to the schools. Everything was so magical that from the beginning, it felt like all the group of teachers had already known each other for years, even though we just have spent a few hours of our lives together. The attention and affection that was created among all of us has been very visible. In my case, it made me feel a great support network, which I had not felt for a long time. Or perhaps I have never had it like this in this way. We had moments for laughing, for crying, but also for healing. I had the opportunity to meet little Carla. In one of these activities that was directed by Hannah, this was a moment to meet with myself, but when I was like 6 or 7 years old, in which my body was there, but my mind went far, far away. My imagination with the narration of this activity took me to a very green and fresh forest, where I had to decide whether to say goodbye to my little Carla or keep myself somewhere. I didn't know how serious this decision was, so I told my little Carla that I was going to keep her in my heart. I asked her to forgive me for all the times that I judged myself, all the times I didn't love me, and that I was not feeling well. I spent a very pleasant and memorable moment with little Carla in that forest. Both were walking, holding our hands, wearing a long white dress and without shoes. Then, when I wanted to move my physical body, I was not able to do that. It felt like if I was tied to the ground. I couldn't move my head or feet, and my eyes were still closed since the beginning of the activity. During the session, I only felt a river of tears in silence coming out of my eyes. And it was until the moment that Hannah's indication for the teachers was that we settled into a fetal position that my body was able to move. So that after receiving the touch on my shoulder of one of the wise assistants, the crying was more and full of feelings. The healing was happening. Moments later, the hands touched my shoulder again, and it was like if the crying option was turned off. It was about the release that was just coming to me. Finally, we opened our eyes. We stood up and we saw each other inside a circle of women. We danced with freedom, we hugged each other and support us during this moment of the activity. This experience was unique and each teacher went through it in their own way. I feel very blessed to be part of this process where their love, respect, trust, power, and confidence reaches the girls of the 5th and 6th grades during the knowledge that is shared in this project, with each one of the 5 models of this program, where in the end, we know the correct anatomy, what happens in our cycle, and how it is related to the seasons of the year, the ages of the woman, the phases of the moon, and the changes in our body. In this way, women and girls learn, leave their fear and shame behind, and support each other as a team. I thank each one of our teachers for their commitment, their motivation, their happiness, and their responsibility for the project. They are very important part to achieve the current and future goals to have more healthy, safe, and wise girls around us.
The Girls Empowerment Program is so complex. It consists of many different and connected parts. It provides girls with education by giving the girls a full and accurate understanding of their body, its anatomy, and their power to create life. The program teaches them to make informed decisions, most importantly, to be happy, healthy, and wise. It provides opportunity by allowing them to stay in school. More education and better jobs are a path out of poverty. It provides sustainability by using a sustainable product to manage menstrual periods. It eases the financial burden of the continuous purchase of environmentally unfriendly disposable products. It provides self-confidence. Girls can stay in school and have an equal opportunity to complete their education, and gender disparity is reduced. Knowledge, pride, and self-awareness lead to better outcomes. The girls also form peer bonds and have a trusted support system, just like Carla said. We have provided jobs to 10 women who have become teachers, who have also grown and have become empowered by the program, which also allows them to contribute financially to their households. This program differs in a way. We collaborate with the Rotary clubs both in Mexico and in the US. We have a strong collaboration with the Secretary of Education of the state of Guanajuato, which allows us to teach the programs during school hours. We also collaborate with Days for Girls, which provides us with sustainable kits, which are made by volunteers all over the world. But what truly makes this program so special is the community involvement. We have been blessed by the community of San Miguel de Allende. We have received donations from both Mexican and expat communities. School children have sold lemonade, they've sold their used toys. The SMA quilters donated a beautiful quilt for a raffle, which we raised thousands of pesos. We have received support from the GIF Film Festival, from Penzi Wedding Planners, from a hiking group. We just got a nice grant for them last week. Speed Rack Women's Bartenders Group. Restaurants like The Restaurant, Paño, Marcela, Hotel Matilda, Sierra Nevada, Mansión de Monteclán, and the list goes on. So why is this Girls Empowerment Program so special? It helps girls. Girls become confident, stronger, and wiser, who then become women who create healthier families. They break the cycle of poverty, strengthen economies, and bring about a more peaceful world. But what truly makes this program so different from the other programs is the social connection and sense of belonging. When we have a strong sense of community, people come together to work towards shared causes. What makes this program so different and special to me is the closeness that I have with my team, which is made up of the maestras, women who were born and raised in San Miguel and who have become role models for the girls. My fellow Rotarians, our volunteer drivers, the directors and teachers of the schools and the heads of the education department, and the countless individuals have opened their hearts to the girls. It has brought me a profound awareness and respect for the people who make up this community.
The Boys Program. When we were planning the Girls Empowerment Program, we considered developing a program in which boys could also be educated. This was planned for a future phase, but the need became very clear from the first week that we began our Girls Empowerment Pilot Program. The Boys Program is a result of the request of the teachers interested in being able to talk with the boys. Also the mothers in the communities, the Secretary of Education of Guanajuato personnel, and the interest of the boys on topics related to what is offered in the girls in the Girls Empowerment Program, in addition to understanding the importance of observing adolescents in general. Also, given the importance of being able to begin to break taboos and to generate a synergy that leads to a context of self-discovery and sensibility. It was there where we shared knowledge to create a program that will take the essence of the Wise Girls program, but with specific issues that we consider pertinent to deal with the boys, and we know that the information received at the school, it is very important to them. This is how this three-model program was born, in which we addressed significant issues for the boys. Those of us who participate in this project have dedicated our time to research, contribute, and collaborate as we have developed this program to address the needs of the boys identified in the schools where the Girls Empowerment Program has had an impact. This project invited us to see that a part of the group, the boys, remaining curious and asked, why do they girls have a program and we don't? That question made us think, and we began to develop the program in February. The Niños Libres, Free Boys, program is a project that addresses three models. Number 1, gender. Number 2, masculinity and violence. Number 3, poverty, changes in men and women. We understand that concepts as such can be open to discussion and there are taboos around them. However, the initiative to carry out this course has been taken from critical research. This course offers 5th and 6th grade boys information that will allow them to open new conversations about the physical changes that they are approaching in the adolescence, as well as the myths in the roles that are expected for them, as well as stereotypes about masculinity that permeate our culture. We seek to promote positive changes in these boys that impact coexistence through peaceful conflict resolutions, assertive communication, and self-knowledge. The program will educate and encourage boys to be free to make good decisions for themselves and their futures. Through this program, Rotary values of truth, fairness, goodwill, friendship, respect, and integrity are shared with the boys. We are grateful for everyone who has helped to develop this program, which has been approved by the Secretary of Education of Guanajuato. The docentes of the schools are the ones who are going to teach the boys using the curriculum that we have created. It is clear that children matter to us, and this is why we put all our hearts into this program so we can reach more children and have a positive impact in their lives every day.
So one of the unique and perhaps one of the most challenging aspects of this program is that we need to transport our teachers to the schools in the rural communities to teach the program. So this entails providing volunteer drivers, both members of our Rotary Club and non-Rotarians, to meet the teachers at a specified meeting place in San Miguel at 10 a.m., driving them to 2 to 4 schools each day, and returning them to the meeting place at 2 p.m. We need 1 or 2 drivers each day, Monday through Friday. From being a volunteer driver myself, I can share that this is a wonderful experience. It offers us the opportunity to visit the rural communities, to see their schools, to meet the school directors and teachers, and to see the children who are the future of Mexico. While the teachers are in the classroom for 2 hours, our male drivers find a shady spot to read, catch up on the news or email, take a nap, or find a local spot for refreshments. Our female drivers are welcome in the classroom to observe and to assist the teachers if they would like to participate. It is so rewarding to watch the transformation of the girls from day 1 of the course to day 5. On day 1, they are often timid and don't make eye contact. They may giggle at some of the topics being discussed or hesitate to participate in conversation or the activities. But by day 5, they have learned so much and have gained a tremendous amount of self-confidence. They have learned about their bodies and the changes to expect. They can draw and name the parts of the female reproductive system. Through words and songs, they have learned words of affirmation and understand the value and the miracle of life. They have learned that it is good to be a girl and beautiful to become a woman. They have learned to respect, value, and love themselves and other girls and women. On the final day of the program, it is truly amazing to watch them create an image of the female reproductive system in flowers on the floor of their classroom. Flowers they have brought from home. On that graduation day, they often bring thank you cards they have made and extra flowers to give our teachers and our volunteer drivers. It is their way of showing gratitude. Having received many beautiful bouquets of flowers throughout my life, I can tell you that the flowers these girls have handed me, often in cut-off plastic Coke bottles filled with precious water to serve as vases, are the most beautiful flowers I have ever received. These flowers are truly gifts from the hearts of these 5th and 6th grade girls, who show us how much it means to them that people care enough to bring them education, information, to encourage them to value, respect, and love themselves, and to bring them the resources of the beautiful reusable menstrual hygiene kits, which will empower them to stay in school. There is a card in each kit from our Rotary Club, which congratulates them on graduating from the program, tells them how proud and excited we are for them and their future, and how the kit is a gift from us to help them stay healthy, safe, and wise. They also give us hugs before we leave on the last day. I often find that I have tears in my eyes, and I look over to see that our teachers also have happy tears in theirs. I'm still learning Spanish, but you don't need to be fluent to understand the message in the girls' hugs, in their eyes, and in their smiles. This program will bring transformational change to not only these girls, but to their families and their communities. We look forward to tracking its impact on school dropout and graduation rates. If you would like to join us in this life-changing program and share in this rewarding experience through serving as a volunteer driver, we would love to chat with you after the service. Thank you for this opportunity to share our Girls Empowerment Program with you.
I'm pretty much speechless. That is so exciting and so stimulating and really encourages us to look at what we can do to support that. Thank you so much today from all of us to you. We strive to be a loving community to each other and to the wider community we are a part of. We know that while we're fortunate to enjoy the countless gifts that living here in San Miguel provides, there's also a great deal of poverty around us, as we've heard today, along with the problems that poverty brings: lack of education, access to food and health care, and the great paucity of services to children and adults with disabilities, to name a few. As a community, our income is used to serve both the vital social action grants that support community organizations here and the operating needs of our fellowship. As a fellowship, we have been giving meaningful grants to organizations in San Miguel that serve and make a difference in the Mexican community. We support scholarships for promising students, food programs, children's health services, environmental programs, plus support to deported Mexican nationals returning here to Mexico from the US and elsewhere, as well as migrants desperately seeking to go north. Our income is also used to produce our Sunday services with speakers from Mexico, the US, Canada. Our superb staff make possible our newsletter, our website, and high-quality production of our Sunday services. Having a professional minister allows for us to have a well-founded Unitarian Universalist platform for sharing open and inspiring Sunday services. To paraphrase a reading from our UU hymnal, we all have so many needs, 1,000 prayers. Ooh, don't know why that moves me so much. 1,000 needs that really, I'm sorry. that really only need one answer: let the world not be indifferent. And may we live and be with each other in the way that shows that this truth, whatever the day brings for us. I invite you to let this taking of the offering be a time to honor our collective responsibility towards the common good. Thank you. Thank you, Liz. That was beautiful. Let's join our voices together in song. Hymn 1021, Lean on Me. I invite you to rise in body or spirit, and a video will appear on your screen, possibly with Bill Withers singing it, but I don't remember. Are they singing it? Yes, you are singing, along with the video. No, you don't. I don't have to. Right? Thank you. So you can.
Strong, I'll be your friend. understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. I'm right up the road. Just call me, baby. I'm right up the road. I'm a friend. Call me. Call me. I'm right up the road. You gotta call me. I'm a friend. Call me. I'll carry your load. Call me. I'll carry your load.
That was a trip back. I think all of us with a little gray hair, or a lot, remember that song by Bill Withers. The chalice is extinguished, I'm sorry. The chalice is extinguished, but its light lives on in our minds and the hearts and the souls of each one of us. Let us carry the flame with us and share it with those we know, with those we love, and most especially with those we have yet to meet.